Just when you thought Nintendo couldn't get any greedier, people are already mad that the new Mario Kart World game will cost $80 on the Nintendo Switch 2. That will convince other developers to do the same even though no game is worth $80 nowadays. And instead of giving their fans a free game like they did with Wii Sports on the Wii, what did they decide to do instead? Charge you guys $10 for a tech demo tutorial that teaches you how to use the console. No, I am not joking. This is an absolute disgrace. I don't know why they would charge money for this, but they are, unfortunately, and we're gonna look at a tweet that goes over it. But before we get into it, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to push this video out in the YouTube algorithm. And here's the tweet right here. It says, Nintendo has confirmed that Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome Tour will cost $9.99. $9.99 for a tutorial app that teaches you how to use the console you already paid for. You have to pay for a tutorial. Are we serious right now? You could not just give this away for free. What happened to giving away a game like Wii Sports? Are you actually serious? You couldn't do that again? Even PlayStation gave away Astro's Playroom with every copy of the PS5 or PS4, one of them, I don't remember. Either way, at least they done that. But now we have to pay $10 for a goddamn tutorial? Unbelievable. And all the fanboys are gonna eat it up. That's why Nintendo is so emboldened. They have a bunch of rabid fanboys that will buy any shit on a plate. Nintendo fanboys are like Disney adults. They worship the company like a fucking religion. They buy any garbage. That's why they're so confident in doing stuff like this, because the fanboys will buy anything. This company is a fucking embarrassment at this point. This used to be one of the most respected companies and one of the most loved companies, and now you're just pissing everyone off. There's no way in fuck I will ever pay $10 for a goddamn tutorial. This company is a fucking disgrace. And I like Nintendo games. They have the best exclusives out of all three console manufacturers. But now you're just crazy. Now you're just pissing everybody off. I'll be surprised if anybody really buys this. But not only that, Nintendo has released a statement justifying the price of $80 video games. Yes, they are justifying the fact that $80 price tag may be a new thing for upcoming Switch games. We already know about Mario Kart. The $80 price tag could be a thing that affects other Nintendo games as well. And here's a snippet of a headline from some website called MP1ST. It says, Nintendo justifies $80 price tag for Nintendo Switch 2 games, citing development and replayability as key factors. Nintendo plans a flexible pricing approach for Switch 2 games, with prices potentially exceeding $80 based on factors like development and gameplay depth. Nintendo Switch pricing decisions are not directly influenced by tariffs announced by Donald Trump. Prices for the original Nintendo Switch OLED model, and Nintendo Switch Lite will remain unchanged. Can we get more details on how exactly you decide how much money to charge? Is it based on the amount of gameplay? Because a lot of your games aren't even worth $60. Luigi's Mansion 3 is like 5-6 hours. Yoshi's Crafted World is like 4 or 5 hours. The newest Kirby game is like 3-4 hours. The Link's Awakening remake is like 3 hours. And you're charging $60 for all of these games. These games are barely worth even $30 or $40 because there's barely any content in the fucking game. So I really need to know what your metric is for deciding how much gameplay depth is worth $80, because no other franchise that you make is worth the price of $60 or even $70. I know some meat riding fanboys will claim, well, so many people play Mario Kart for years and years and years. They put hundreds of hours into Mario Kart because they play with their friends and family. So why not charge $80? Just because you're playing the same shit over and over and over again doesn't mean it's worth $80. They should charge $60 and then release content for DLC that people can pay for. But $80 up front is fucking retarded. If you're gonna buy the Nintendo Switch 2, you might as well buy the bundle that comes with Mario Kart that costs like $500 because you're getting $30 off the game. The Nintendo Switch 2 by itself only costs $449, so I feel like most people are just gonna buy the $500 bundle because they want Mario Kart. I think the price of $449 is a great price for an upgraded Nintendo Switch, but there are some retards out there that think that the reason that the Switch costs $450 is because of the tariffs placed by Donald Trump. Yes, there was a tweet that actually said that despite the tariffs being a new thing, and the price for the console has most likely been placed and decided years ago because that's how consoles work. But because people are retarded nowadays, the president of Nintendo of America, Doug Bowser, had to come out and say the console price was not affected by the tariffs that just happened. And we have a tweet here that goes over that quote. It says, Nintendo says US tariffs weren't factored into the $450 price tag of the Nintendo Switch 2. Quote, the tariff news is fresh, and like many companies right now, we are actively assessing what the impact may be. Again, I don't know why people needed this explained to them, but there was some fucking retarded website that says Oh, our experts say that Donald Trump is the reason that the Nintendo Switch 2 costs $450. If you hate the price of the console, blame the president. Those people are just Trump deranged experts. You can't trust a lot of experts nowadays. They're politically biased. And you get the idea. Nintendo is a greedy fucking company. $450 is a great price for the console, but I'm not paying $80 for a fucking video game. I'm used to paying like $20 or less for a game because most of the games I play are cheap. I have no interest in $80 games, and I'm not looking forward to the fact that other companies will charge $80. But at least other companies don't charge $10 fucking for a tech demo tutorial. That's unacceptable, and I just don't expect any less from Nintendo because they are a greedy fucking company. People used to love and adore this company, and now they are turning into one of the greediest companies in the whole gaming industry. This industry will never be satisfied with the amount of money. There's nothing wrong with making money, but when you become so fucking annoying with it, that's when people have a problem. Games are way cheaper to develop now versus previous years in history. Especially Nintendo games. They're not doing the ugly Unreal Engine high fidelity graphics garbage. Their games are simplistic and look better than other AAA games. Their games have a cartoony art style which doesn't cost that much, but they don't give a fuck. They'd rather charge you $80 anyway. So oh well, I guess we have to just wait and see how many people will buy a $10 tech demo. I'll be genuinely surprised if people buy it, but at the same time I won't be surprised because this company can literally sell Joy-Cons that are dipped in dog shit and have stains on it, and Nintendo fanboys will buy it without question. So I don't have much else to say. I don't want to keep repeating myself. So Nintendo, go fuck yourself.